Let's get started. Hello, everybody. My name is Jay. I'm one of the expert IELTS teachers here at E2 Language. In fact, I've taken this test 3 times. That's how much of an IELTS expert I am. Now, I took the test recently, and the IELTS Academic Writing Task 1 that I got was a map. I've never taught a map before, and on test day, well, let me just show you what I saw. Wait. This is what I saw. This is what I saw on test day when I opened my booklet, and I went, oh no, what am I going to do with this? So let me go back, because what are we going to do in this lesson? First of all, we're going to look at that map. We're going to look at that map and we're going to understand it. Second, we're going to think about a structure so we can write a good description of this map. Third thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you a full 20 minutes to write one. So I'm not going to break this down part by part. I'm going to give you a full 20 minutes. But before we do that, part 2, I'm going to show you a great structure so you'll know how to structure it up, okay? And then the fourth thing, in fact, the fourth thing is not compare with mine. The fourth thing is I'm going to get you to score yourself. We're going to look at the IELTS writing criteria. You're going to look at them. You're going to look at your writing and decide what score. You're going to decide where you are, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So let's look at this map. So on test day, I opened my booklet and kaboom, this is what I saw. It says the maps below show a coal mine and its redevelopment into a visitor attraction site. Okay. So more closely, a coal mine here and a visitor attraction site. And my heart dropped. Actually, it didn't really. I just laughed. I thought, ha, isn't life funny? So let's look at it more closely. On the left-hand side, you see the original coal mine. And on the right-hand side, you see what it became. It became a visitor attraction site. Let's just go through it. And this is what you need to do on test day. Actually, yes, let's go through it. So let's look at the original coal mine first. So we have this building here, staff change rooms and a lunchroom. Okay, that became a museum. Okay, here we had the mine site entrance. That became the tourist site entrance. Here we have a medical center that became a cafe. Here we have a lorry car park that became a car park. Here we have waste site 1, which became a driving circuit. Here we have waste site 2, which became a pond. And then the visitor attraction site also had this walking track and a children's playground added to it. Now you can see the compass here, the north, east, south, and west. So that's what I was looking at on test day. Okay, fine. How should we structure our writing if that's what we're looking at? Well, I'm going to hand it over to you. I want you to think about how you would structure your description, because one of the things you're going to have to do, the first thing really you're going to have to do on test day is think, how am I going to structure this? What's the best structure? You need to think of your structure before you start. Even sketch it out. Just spend a minute sketching out what it will look like. I'm going to help you with a basic structure. I'm going to show you, give you 60 seconds to write up your structure, and then we'll look at how I structured mine on test day. Okay. So here's a basic structure. Summary, you want that summary sentence. The second paragraph will be the main trends or key features. Now, of course, this map does not contain any trends. It's not showing anything over time. So it's not main trends. It's going to be key features. Okay. Then you move into the comparison. Now, I want you to think about your comparison. So you have 60 seconds. Get out your pen, get out a piece of paper. I want you to write a little plan for how you will structure this. Think to yourself, what was repurposed? What was changed completely? And what was added that is not in the original? Here you go, 60 seconds. All right. It's really important on test day to spend that time looking at and understanding what you're looking at. If you look, you get nervous and you just want to start writing straight away because you think, the clock's ticking, start writing. Stop. Look at it, look at it, look at it, and think, okay, all right, what's going on here? What's different between this map and this map? Okay. How am I going to structure my comparisons? So let me show you mine. This is how I structured it on test day, and I think it was a really good structure. Well, I hope it is. Let's see. So I have the summary sentence. That's easy. We know how to do that. Next, I did a small paragraph on key features only of the original coal mine. So I just described the key features of the original coal mine. Okay. Then I moved to the comparison. Now I actually wrote 3 short paragraphs, because I noticed that there were 3 differences between the original coal mine and the new tourist center. One was repurposed buildings. In other words, buildings that were something like the staff change rooms that became something else. Repurposed buildings. So I wrote a short paragraph, like 2 to 3 sentences on this. Then I noticed that some things were completely overhauled or demolished. I think I wrote 2 to 3 sentences on this. Then I noticed that there were some new additions in the tourist center that did not exist in the original coal mine. And I wrote about 2 sentences on this. So I wrote 1 sentence for the summary. I think I wrote about, I can't remember, maybe two sentences for the key features. And then I wrote 2 or 3, and let's just say 2 or 3 here, okay? So keep that in mind because I want you to write a similar structure. Let me just show you what mine looked like. And then I'm going to walk you through it. Up the top, my single sentence summary. I had the coal mine key features, this paragraph here. I had the repurposed buildings paragraph here. I have the overhauled or completely demolished sites here. And then I had the new additions here. And I structured it with firstly, secondly, and lastly. Okay. Let me take you through this part by part. So first of all, let's look at the summary. So my summary, all I did was I rewrote that into my own words. And I was very careful to write exactly the same thing, but just in different words. Okay. That's your summary sentence. The rephrasing of that description. That's easy. Next paragraph. Okay, well, this is the next paragraph. This is the, let's go back. This is the coal mine key features. I wrote, if you look on the left at the coal mine, I wrote the original coal mine had various sites. To the north was the coal mine entrance. The staff change rooms and dining rooms were situated in the northwest, and to the east were the 2 waste sites. I didn't mention the lorry car park. I didn't need to. So that's just a very brief description of the coal mine using the compass. Then I wrote this paragraph here, which is about repurposed buildings. Repurposed buildings. Let's just look at the coal mine first. So we had the lunchroom and staff change rooms, the mine site entrance, the waste sites, the medical center, and the lorry car park. Then I wrote this. Significant changes occurred as a result of the mine's transformation into a tourism site. Firstly, a number of buildings were repurposed. While the coal mine entrance became the visitor entrance, the staff change rooms and dining rooms were transformed into a museum. The medical center also became a cafe. So I described those 2 things by talking about repurposing of buildings. Then I wrote this paragraph here about sites that were overhauled or completely demolished. And that's these 2 here. If you remember from the original, there were 2 waste sites. So I wrote, secondly, 2 sites were either completely overhauled or demolished. These included the waste sites, which became a driving circuit and a pond. Both of these sites are located in the west of the park. Fine. Then, now, just before I move on to that bit, I looked at this. I thought I would stop because I've written 2 paragraphs, but I noticed the walking track and the children's playground did not exist in the original. Now, one of the things that the examiners do is they put in these key differences. and you have to identify the key differences. So one of the big, you can ignore some stuff. Like for example, I didn't talk about the car park anywhere. I don't need to mention everything. I need to report the main features, okay? But the walking track and the children's playground was something that didn't exist in that. And I thought, if I leave this out, the IELTS examiner is going to mark me down. So I wrote a very short final paragraph on this. And I wrote this. I wrote, lastly, a walking track was added between the driving circuit and the entrance. In addition, a children's playground was built in the southeast corner of the park. Okay, so what have I done? If we go back, I talked about the repurposing of these three. I talked about how these were completely overhauled or demolished. And I also mentioned the walking track and the children's playground. I didn't mention this, whatever. I think that's fine. Hold on, technical meltdown. Nope, cool, I'm back. All right, just before we go on, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're enjoying it, please click like, leave a comment because it makes me feel good if you say something nice. Subscribe to this channel so you can get all of the alerts when we do live classes, and share this with your friends so they don't suffer on test day. Cool. Now we're going to do some timed practice. I'm going to give you 20 minutes, but in fact, we're going to break it down into 2 parts because basically I can't fit everything on my screen. So first thing you're going to do is write the summary. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Then I'm going to get you to write the entire rest of your description, including the paragraph about the key features and the 3 paragraphs about the comparison, or however you want to structure it. You'll have 18 minutes to do that. Let's write the summary. You need to rewrite this sentence into your own words to say the exact same thing. You have 2 minutes. Your time starts now. All right. This is probably the most important sentence of the entire description because it's the first one the IELTS examiner got a good one here on YouTube live from Dion. The maps illustrate. Illustrate is a nice word. Apparently my internet connection's unstable. Illustrate is a nice word to use with maps, okay? I really recommend using this verb. Illustrate works. The maps illustrate a coal mine that was modified into a tourist park for attractions. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. The given maps below illustrate how a coal mine turned into a visitor attraction site. Yes, good. Was turned into, transformed into might be a nice one. We've got redevelopment there in the original. Transform is a good synonym for develop or redeveloped. Good. Let me just read you a couple from the students in the live class here. What's going on with my cursor? I've lost my pen. What's going on? Here it is. It's back. The given, somebody wrote the given figures. They're not figures, they're maps. Somebody wrote a glance at the illustration. You don't need that. The illustration, no a glancing at, just the illustration reveals the comparison between the coal hole and it's repurposing into a visitor site. Not bad. Not bad. The map explains, no, it doesn't. It illustrates how a coal mine has been. That's nice. The map, let's just say you use the word illustrate. The map illustrates, the maps, plural, the maps illustrate how a coal mine was converted into a visitor attraction site. Nice. I like that. All right. Let's keep pushing on because you're now going to have 18 minutes to do the rest of it. Just before you begin with this one, I'm going to talk you through it one more time, okay? So this is the timer. This will tick down from 18 minutes. You have 18 minutes left. But before we do that, let's think about our structure. Okay. First of all, you've got your summary sentence already. Number one, I want you just to describe the key features of the coal mine using the compass, 2 or 3 sentences. Then I want you to talk about parts of the coal mine that were repurposed, okay? So this, and this were repurposed. Okay, then I want you to write a paragraph on how the waste sites were completely demolished and converted into these, okay? And the third thing you're going to write about is how a children's playground and a walking track were added in addition, okay? You can structure it how you like. See how you go. I'm going to give you 18 minutes to do this. Good luck. I'll see you on the other side. I don't know if I've clicked that. Okay, I think I've clicked it now. I'm getting a little bit bored, so let me just have a quick look at your writing here. Nice. Okay, good. Hina's is looking really nice. Well done. Excellent. Looking good. Nice. Sorry, a few people on YouTube are a bit confused as to what's going on because they've just logged in. We're doing academic writing task 1. What you're doing is selecting and reporting the main features. No. Let me explain it to you more simply than that. You're comparing an old coal mine site that became a tourist site. What are the differences? Make some comparisons, use a good structure, write it grammatically. That's what we're doing. You have about, I don't know, 8 minutes left. So let me check to see how you're going, because I've just realized that time is actually for 20 minutes. So we spent 2 minutes writing the summary. So I don't want to give you a full 20 minutes. Okay, most people have finished in the live class here, so that's cool. And it looks like Joel wrote 169 words. You might want to count your words. Again, I had the experience. Here's a little tip for writing in general. So again, they gave me 1 sheet of paper for task 1, 1 sheet of paper for task 2. Fine, I can write 150 words on the 1 sheet of paper for task 1. I wrote about 180 words, I think. I can't remember exactly. I did count them. I counted every single word. For task 2, I filled up almost 2 sheets of paper front and back, and I wrote about 280 words. So I don't know about you. I've got big handwriting. I can fit about 5 words per line. So I definitely need 2 sheets of paper to reach the word count. So just consider that. Don't be nervous or shy or afraid to put up your hand to the examiner and say, excuse me, I need another piece of paper. They'll give you one, and that's a good thing to do. All right, let's move on. It looks like people have finished. The other thing I'll tell you is practice writing with a pencil. It's very different on test day when you have to use a pencil compared to typing. You can type very quickly. Writing with a grey lead pencil is very difficult for a number of reasons. 1, physically it's more difficult. 2, you have to think about what you write before you write. It's not like typing where you can write something, delete it, go back, add something, etc. So you need to practice that skill. Good. Anand wrote 200 words. All right. Let's now think about how to score yourself. If you haven't finished, you can pause this and go back. Score yourself. Okay. I've made up a little rubric here. It has 4 criteria. 4 criteria. These are what the examiners look for in your writing. Okay. These are this. I've changed the language to make it a bit simpler. But the IELTS examiner is going to receive your piece of paper, and he or she is going to mark it according to task achievement, structure, vocabulary, and grammar. These are the 4 things. Let me just tell you what an IELTS 8 means. I don't believe there's an IELTS 9 in IELTS. I just don't believe that that number exists. So let's just say IELTS 8 is the highest. Task achievement. You wrote directly about the image. You identified main features and you compared relevant data. In our case, it's not really data. You're just comparing relevant features. Okay. Now, a low band score, let's say in IELTS 5 for task achievement is this. You did not address the task, or your understanding of the task was inadequate. In other words, you did not understand the maps. The response was unclear, irrelevant, repetitive, or inaccurate. Fine. Okay. I'm going to give myself an 8. What are you going to give yourself? You can do 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, etc. Give yourself a score for task achievement. Next, structure, a high band score, an 8. You effectively used the formula to write a logical structure. Okay, you wrote a logical structure. Your response was cohesive and your ideas are linked logically. Okay, so there's 2 things going on with structure. There's the overall structure of the summary, the general description of the key features, and then the comparative paragraphs. But then also within these paragraphs, did you use linking words like firstly, secondly, lastly, or in addition? Did you link your sentences together logically as well to create a flow from beginning to end? Here's what a low score, a 5, would get. You did not use the formula, which I'm showing you now, or a logical structure. There was a lack of clear progression of ideas. Linking words were used inaccurately and inappropriately. Fine. Vocabulary, high. You used a wide range of sophisticated words naturally, accurately, and appropriately. Low. You used a limited range of vocabulary. You made noticeable errors in spelling and or word formation that caused some difficulty for the reader. Grammar. Your grammar was entirely accurate. You use a wide range of structures with full flexibility and accuracy. Rare minor errors occur only as slips. Maybe you made one tiny error. Low, your grammar contained a number of basic mistakes. You made frequent grammatical errors and punctuation, which caused some difficulty for the reader. Just for my curiosity, give yourself a score. What do you think you deserve for your piece of writing here? We got an 8. 8. Yes, Joel. Woo! Nice. I hope so. I hope you get that. Please let me know, Joel, what your scores are when you receive them. I'm not sure if you're in the same testing center as me, but you may have been in a different one. Okay. 6.5 says Anand. Well, that's just the typical score that IELTS gives you. They always give 6.5. I don't know why. Who else? Who else? Who else? Anyway, that's just a bit of fun. You can play around with that if you like, and you can read those criteria again. Right. Just before we finish, guys, if you're on YouTube, if you're a free member, if you're a non-member, check out e2language.com. Go and sign up for a free account at e2language.com. You can also sign up to these live classes for free, and we will send you an email telling you when we're on, so you can come and attend them as well. So you don't have to just wait around on YouTube. And if you're a free member, think about upgrading your account for tutorials with excellent teachers, for feedback on your speaking and writing. It's one thing to write, it's another thing to get expert feedback. We have the live classes, of course, and we also have lots of practice material on the website. So there's lots of benefits to signing up and becoming a paid member as well. What's the time? It's nearly 10 o'clock. I should probably go home. Thanks very much for coming along. If you have any questions, please go to help.e2language.com and we will be happy to answer them for you. Let me put that here. It's help.e2language.com. We will answer any questions you may have. Before I go, just let me maybe answer one or two questions. Anyone have any pressing questions? My exam is next week, Anand. Good luck, Anand. I found reading a little difficult, particularly passage 2 with match headings. Do you think band gradings will be brought down on average? Good question, Joel. I don't know if they do that or not, but I found that pretty hard too, to be honest. Lastly, 2, okay. I wonder, what does E2 stand for? Well, E2 language means English as a second language. Very clever. Well, I thought it was clever at the time, but no, it's a good name. I'm happy with it. Okay. Wilson, please ask your question again. I've missed it. What is your question, Wilson? I'll go back in the chat and try to find it. Is there any guaranteed course to get 8 band? No. If anybody tells you they have a guarantee on their course, don't believe them. You can't guarantee a score in a language test. It's just impossible. First of all, you don't know the level, your level. You could be a complete beginner. Okay, how are you going to go from a beginner to an 8 in IELTS? That will take years. I mean, maybe if you had a course that ran for 10 years, you could guarantee a score, but that would be an expensive course. How much will that cost? I can't guarantee anything, but our platinum package is the highest package we have. It's the most amount of feedback you will get. Feedback's critical for your success and improvement, okay? All right, Hina, are the live classes given to paid members the same as you are teaching right now? Did we open them all up? I think we've opened them all up. So these group classes are open to all, both free and paid at the moment, which we don't think we're going to do for long. Yes, we've got some ideas about adding masterclasses, which we will do. Wilson, I didn't get your question, so you're going to have to put it through help.e2language.com, okay? I've got to go. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate it. See you guys soon. Good luck.